Well, D'Angelo Russell has been traded to the Brooklyn Nets.
Is this deja vu?
All over again for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. Lakers also send 3 second-round picks and Maxwell Lewis to Brooklyn. So like you said, Smitty, we've seen this before because D'Angelo Russell was drafted by the Lakers, then sent over to the Nets way back when. But looking at this particular trade, Jordy Fernandez, head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, said this after they lost. He said, if we had that maturity and toughness, we would have closed this game, lamenting about losing Dorian Finney-Smith. So what does he bring to the Lakers?
Toughness, a guy that can guard winning basketball, and they needed a big-time wing defender. And they needed some more veterans. And obviously, the D'Angelo Russell wasn't working in L.A. They've been trying to trade him for the last 2 seasons. Sean Marks is doing the Danny Ainge. He got about 15 first-round picks and about 15 second-round picks right now that he's piling up, and that's the way they're going to try to do it through the draft. But both teams, I think it was a good trade.
You know, your math wasn't off, by the way. It's 15 and 16 over the next 7 years. So it sounds like he was just making that up, but it's actually true, 3D, of what they're doing in Brooklyn.
No, Brooklyn is hit around here. You're getting as many assets as possible because the future looks bright with all the young talent we've seen coming through college and high school. But if you're a Laker fan, if I'm being honest, I'm like, we got rid of Russell. I mean, I think, Finney's a good player, but he's not going to move the needle in the West. And I think that's the bigger picture is that I just like, this is who we are. How much of it is the
development of Max Christie, Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect, those guys being able to contribute?
This is a move to get somebody else.
Yes, this move. Okay. This move is not helping you move from what are they today? They are now
5th, right?
They're 5th, 18 and 13. They're hanging in there, but this is not a move where the Western Conference saying, the Lakers just made a move. They're going to chase after OKC and Memphis. No, they're not. They're not doing none of that.
It's a move before the move.
It's a move before the move, and now you've gotten rid of D'Angelo Russell, who you both didn't like each other no more, so you figured out a way to depart from that. Now, you bring in somebody quality, so I don't want to disrespect Dorian, because he is solid. He can make threes, he's going to defend, but he's not one of those guys where you're saying he's going to get us over the hump overnight.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers have won 6 of their last 8, and a big part of that is development of some of those young guys like Max Christie, like Dalton Connect, like Austin Reeves. So it's interesting to see that spot open up for those guys to get that playing time. Okay, Brooklyn Nets and the Orlando Magic also in action, so we'll go to that. That was an early... Well, things got heated between Miami and the Houston Rockets. Miami picks up a second consecutive win, 104-100. They went on a 19-8 run to end that game, but the ejections really took over in that final minute.
I guess nobody's in the Christmas spirit anymore, huh?
Into giving injections.
Yeah.
Mark Davis, the referee is.
Well, I just thought the players would still be in the, fun Christmas spirit, the presents, but I guess they want to give out knuckle sandwiches.
That's what it seems. All right, let's go through the ejections. Tyler Hero and Terry Rozier for Miami.
Right.
Fred VanVleet first. Then this happens.
Yes, and I think for context, when we go deeper into this, make sure we show that next time for the fans just tuning in that it kind of started when Steady Freddie got thrown out the game with the 5-second call, to your point. And now the Rockets are saying, wait a minute, we're only down 4. Can we get a stop, get a steal, and maybe kind of steal this game at home? Then that happened in everything at all. So fans understand that he might have bumped you. You can't touch the official at all.
Explain this, right? Because we know for teams to start winning like the Houston Rockets, you have to first have some sort of identity. And when we see them now, this version of the Houston Rockets, they seem to have Ime Udoka's identity, right? And he was ejected as well, Smitty. What do you make of how this team is playing, how competitive they are? Because they don't lose often. They're second out west, and this is how they're handling this situation.
Well, the one thing about them, they brought in some great vets, Fred VanVleet and Brooks. But now this is where Uncle Jeffy. They got to have somebody has to be cooler heads, because if not, I'm playing against him. When we played, I'm like, okay, which hothead number 1, I tick him off. I just push him. When the ref's not doing it, I'm just pushing him because there's going to be retaliations. Second is Ime is going to have to calm down as well. They got to keep playing competitive. The way you play competitive win games is you out-rebound them, you deny, you get stops. That's how you keep you competitive. But if I can tick you off by little touches and pushes, especially when there's close games, that's going to be what, the other coaching staff and players see.
And it'll be interesting to see our men and Tyler Hero, what they kind of say post-game, because I think that's where the extra thing goes to the next level, because those two guys get tangled up. Were there extra talking going on? Was it because of Tyler Hero late in the game started making some shots? And that'd be very interesting how that unfolds as well.
Now, we should also point out for the Miami Heat, 2 consecutive wins in clutch games, right? So they ended the game on a 19-8 run. Remember, they were down in the fourth quarter, went on an 8-0 run. And then you look at Tyler Hero, the way that he's performing in clutch situations, hit the game winner against the Orlando Magic. Now they win this one. Jimmy Butler's missed the last 5 games. What do you make of their ability to close out even when Jimmy Butler's not on the floor?
I'm happy for Tyler because he's kind of reminding us of the guy that gave us that look in the bubble, that little snarly look he gave us back in the bubble. Now he's back playing like that. And now with Jimmy not being around.
No Jimmy Butler and no All-Star Bam. Bam is going to always play hard, but he hasn't been able to be a consistent scorer. So now you're going to Tyler Hero and then others. They always have others step up. Highsmith has stepped up. Jaime Jaquez is another guy. I'm thinking, can he get back to a groove he had his rookie season? But they're going to grind games out. They're going to compete. And if you let them hang around, they can end up winning games.
And you said they can compete because, let's face it, the last 5 years, you look at the Miami Heat when Jimmy Butler's not on the floor, you're like, yeah, they can't really win a lot of games. And now we're kind of seeing what they are without him in a small sample size. What do you think of how they're playing and how this team of these young players, Hero, Jovic, even Bam, are growing up as Jimmy Butler is becoming the elder statesman?
The key phrase, they're growing up. Now the question is, can each guy continue to evolve and grow up as more opportunities present themselves? Because until the Jimmy Butler saga, finalize itself, you are what you are. Now, if Jimmy is moved and you bring in some right pieces, because we know how the Heat do, they're not just going to make a frivolous trade. The trade's going to make sense for them as well.
Well, you say that, right? And Pat Riley releases a statement like, hey, we are not trading Jimmy Butler, but then it's a 5th consecutive game for reconditioning. Smitty, do you think where there's smoke, there's fire, that Jimmy Butler's being shopped right now?
It's fire. It's another word. It's more than fire.
That thing's on fire.
But what Pat said is, listen to it, we usually don't address rumors. But when a player and his agent or combination come out and say, I want to be traded before the deadline, he had to put out the fire. I said the other day, Jimmy Butler will not be traded, ... yet. That's all it meant for me. Because right now, Jimmy Butler is stubborn. Right. Pat Riley is stubborn.
Hey.
Pat Riley traded LeBron, got rid of LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. So this is a situation where this is not
Come on, man.
Nothing new to Pat Riley. And also Jimmy's going to stand his ground. Yeah. Both guys will win at the end because they'll still be in the game. They'll still be around here. But Pat's not going to move and Jimmy's not going to move.
And with that being said, Smitty, you and I as former players sitting here at this desk, when do we check our ego and we saying, I'm going to opt out of $52 million and I'm 34 years old?
36.
36
years, my bad. I made you too young.
36.
He's opting in. So I don't care how stubborn you're going to be. At 36 years old, I don't know too many teams out there paying a guy, maybe LeBron James. Are you LeBron James?
I think that's what we will see. But I also, if I'm a team, I need to see you playing. If I even go